Today we will be discussing a function as a mapping or arrow diagram. In mapping and arrow diagram, we have the so-called correspondence. And we have three classifications of correspondence. We have the one-to-one correspondence, the many-to-one correspondence, and one-to-many correspondence. And now let's discuss the one-to-one correspondence. So one-to-one. Let's say we have a name of a student and their ID numbers. Let's say for Ashley, she has an ID number of 0241. For Faith, ID number of 0815. And for Kelnat, we have 1519. We say one-to-one if we have one distinct element for X and a distinct element for Y. So if we're going to write this in our coordinate or ordered pairs, this will be Ashley 0241. Next, Faith. Her ID number is 0815. And Kelnat is 1519. Okay. This will be our ordered pairs. That is the one-to-one correspondence. Now, let's proceed to many-to-one correspondence. In our domain, we have the name of the students. Let's say Bon, Angel, AU, and Rain. And their rank. We have the first, second, and third. Let's say Rain as our rank 1. Bon and AU are our rank 2. And Angel will be the rank 3. We name it many-to-one because look at rank 2. It has a domain of 2 students, Bon and AU. So if we're going to write in as ordered pair, that is Rain 1, Bon is 2, AU 2, and Angel 3. Okay. So many as our domain, then X, Y. And last, we have the one-to-many correspondence. Let's say we have a name of a teacher, which is Teacher May, and the following students: Aaron, Adrian, and Jesslyn. So for Teacher May, it goes to Aaron, goes to Adrian, and goes to Jesslyn. So why one-to-many? Because we only have one domain, which is the teacher, Teacher May, and a lot of students, Aaron, Adrian, and Jesslyn. Now the question is, which of the following is a function and which is not? One-to-one, function or not? Let's check the domain. So the domain must not be repeated. So for Ashley, Faith, and Kelnat, no element in our domain is repeated. So this is one-to-one is a function. How about many-to-one correspondence? Let's check the domain or the abscissa. Rain, Bon, AU, and Angel. Function or not? It is a function. Why? Because no x coordinate is repeated. How about in our one-to-many correspondence? So let's write as ordered pairs. May, Aaron, May, Adrian, and May, Jesselyn. Look at our domain. Our domain is May, and May. That is repeated thrice. That means one-to-one correspondence is not a function. Okay? Out of 3 classification of correspondence, one-to-one, many-to-one, those 2 are functions, while one-to-many is not. Ang grade 11 lesson 1 is about the piecewise function. A piecewise function is a function that can be broken up into many parts. And this function then, as well, dapat alam mo na yung linear equation ng grade 7 and grade 8. Gawin din yung quadratic equation ng grade 9 ka. So, i-discuss natin si piecewise function. Focus muna tayo sa evaluating piecewise function. Let's say we have example, f of x is equal to 3x minus 8 when x is greater than or equal to 2. Again, sabi natin na piecewise function can be broken up into many parts. So we have another part, 4x or f of x is equal to 4x plus 5 when x is less than 2. Find A, f of negative 2, B, f of 2, and C, f of 5. So, i-evaluate natin. Let's say number 1, or letter A. F of negative 2. So, i-check natin yung condition. Negative 2. Saan siya papasok dito sa restriction natin? X is greater than or equal to 2 or x is less than 2. Alam natin na si negative 2 ay less than 2. Ayan. So, dito siya papasok sa condition na ito. So, ang gagamitin natin na expression sa function natin ay si 4x plus 5. Ayan. Then, substitute the value of x. We have f of negative 2. So, that means si x natin, palitan lang natin ng negative 2 plus 5. Next, 4 times negative 2. That is negative 8 plus 5. Negative 8 plus 5, that is negative 3. So, ito na yung value ng f of negative 2 natin. Try natin sa letter B. Pwede mong i-pause yung video kung gusto mo i-try sa sarili mo. F of 2. Condition natin. Check natin. F of 2. So, alin siya papasok? X is greater than or equal to 2. Ayan, nabanggit na natin. Equal to 2. So, ito siya. So, ito yung magiging value na expression natin. 3x minus 8. Then, substitute. So, we have 3 times 2 minus 8. 3 times 2, that is 6 minus 8. Then 6 minus 8, negative 2. So this will be the value of our piecewise function if x is 2 or in f of 2. Letter C, f of 5. So f of 5, we know that 5 is greater than 2. So dito tayo papasok. So we have 3x minus 8. 3 times, our value of x is 5. So substitute ulit. So 5 minus 8. And 3 times 5, 15 minus 8. And therefore, we have 7. 15 minus 8 is 7. So, ganun lang yung pag-evaluate ng fraction. Ang mahalaga, familiar ka dito sa ating inequality sign. Kaya, more example tayo. Let us proceed to second example. Let's say we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 7 when x is less than negative 1, x cubed plus 4 when x is greater than 2, 12 when x is equal to 2, 5x plus 6 when x is greater than or equal to negative 1 but less than 2. Find f of negative 4, f of 0, f of 2, and f of 3. So, pansinin natin yung functions natin. So, meron tayo ditong quadratic function. Meron tayo ditong cubic function. We have a constant function and a linear function. Yan. So, iba-iba yung function natin. Now, evaluate natin f of negative 4. So, we need to evaluate f of negative 4. Saan papasok sa condition natin si negative 4? So, hanapin natin dyan. Negative 4. So, x is less than negative 1. So, yung x daw natin mas maliit sa negative 1. Si negative 4 ba mas maliit sa negative 1? Yes. Pasok siya sa condition natin. So, siya yung kukunin natin. So, si x squared plus 3x minus 7. I-check nga natin kung may iba pang function na pasok si negative 4. X is greater than 2. Siyempre, hindi. Negative 4 ay mas maliit. Hindi din ito. X is equal to 2. They are not equal. X is greater than negative 1 or equal to negative 1 but less than 2 or less than 2. So, hindi din. So, siya lang talaga yung pasok sa condition natin. Now, substitute na natin. X is negative 4. So, negative 4 squared plus 3 times our x is negative 4 minus 7. Negative 4 raised to 2. So, negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. 3 times negative 4, negative 12. Then copy minus 7. 16 minus 12, that is 4 minus 7. Then 4 minus 7 is equal to negative 3. So, f of negative 4 is equal to negative 3. Letter B, f of 0. F of 0. Saan pasok si 0 sa condition natin? X is less than negative 1. No. 0 ay mas malaki sa negative 1. X is greater than 2. Hindi din. Mas maliit si 0 kay 2. Siyempre, hindi na din to. Kasi hindi naman sila equal. So, ito na yung condition natin. I-check natin. X is greater than or equal to negative 1. Tama. Mas malaki si 0 kay negative 1. But less than 2. Okay, pasok. Kasi less than 2 naman talaga si 0. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay? 5x plus 6. Substitute natin. 5 times 0 plus 6. 5 times 0, that is 0 plus 6. And this is 6. So, ayan na ngayon yung value ng f of 0. 6. Letter C. F of 2. F of 2. Pansinin natin na dito sa third condition natin, x is equal to 2. So, siya na yan. That is a constant function which is 12. Tapos na siya agad. Sana ganyan lang lahat. D. F of 3. I-check natin f of 3. Siyempre, kitang-kita natin. X is greater than 2. So, mas malaki si 3 kay 2. Kaya, ito yung gagamitin natin. X cubed plus 4. Then, substitute natin 3 cubed plus 4. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 27 plus 4. And our f of 3 is 31. So, yan ang evaluating piecewise function. Next, let's find functions according to the number of degree or the number of exponent. If we have a degree of 1, that is a linear function. If we have a degree of 2, that is a quadratic function. And if we have a degree of 3, that is a cubic function. In this video, we're going to discuss on how to evaluate functions. Number 1, evaluate the following functions. We have number 1, f of x is equal to 4x minus 2 when x is equal to negative 2. So our degree is 1. This is a linear function. So let us evaluate. X is equal to negative 2. So f of, just change our x to negative 2. So f of negative 2, that is equal to 4x minus 2. Just copy. Now, we have a value for x. So we need to substitute. So 4 times our x is negative 2 minus 2. 4 times negative 2, this is negative 8 minus 2. Negative 8 minus 2, that is negative 10. That means f of negative 2 is equal to negative 10. Next, number 2. F of x is equal to 5 minus x squared. So this is a quadratic function because our exponent is 2. When x is equal to 5. So f of 5, just copy the original given, 5 minus x squared. Now let us substitute. 5 minus 5 squared. So 5 minus 5 squared, that is 5 times 5, which is 25. 5 minus 25, negative 20. So f of 5 is equal to negative 20. Next, f of x is equal to x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x when x is equal to negative 3. So f of negative 3, copy x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x. Now substitute the value of x. In this case, negative 3. So negative 3 cubed minus 2 times negative 3 squared plus 4 times negative 3. So PEMDAS, exponent first. So negative 3 cubed, negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, negative 27. Minus 2 times negative 3 squared, negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. And positive 4 times negative 3, negative 12. 4, 8, 12. So negative 27, negative 2 times 9, negative 18, and negative 12. Let's combine like terms. They are all negative. So the sum is negative 12 plus 18, that is 30. 30 plus 27, 57. Negative 57. So that is f of negative 3. Under operation and functions, we also have multiplication. So our formula, if we have f times g of x that is equal to f of x times g of x. Gaya lang din siya ng ating addition and subtraction. This time, we multiply. Try tayo ng example. Given f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 1 quadratic, and g of x is equal to 2x minus 3. Find f times g of x. So, hanapin natin. Alam natin, ito ay equal lang sa f of x times g of x. G of x. G of x. Please natin. Times g of x. Base dyan, f of x times g of x is equal to, then substitute natin. F of x is 3x squared plus 4x plus 1 times g of x, 2x minus 3. So, mag-multiply tayo ngayon ng trinomial tsaka ng binomial. So, we need to use FOIL method. 3x squared times 2x, 6x cubed. 3x squared times negative 3, negative 9x squared. After natin kay 3x squared, kay 4x naman tayo. 4x times 2x, positive. 4x times 2x, 8x squared. Next, 4x times negative 3, negative 12x. And pagkatapos natin kay 4x, kay 1 naman. 1 times 2x, positive 2x. 1 times negative 3, negative 5. After multiplying, we need to simplify. So, simplify natin. Combine like terms, wala tayong cube, walang kapareha si 6x cubed, so just copy 6x cubed. Square, meron tayo, negative 9x squared plus 8x squared, negative x squared. Negative 12x plus 2x, negative 10x. And copy, negative 3. So, ito ngayon yung ating value ng f times g of x. Isa pa. Let's say, meron tayong erase natin. Number 2, f of x is equal to 3x plus 1. H of x is equal to negative 4x minus 3. Yan. Find f times h of x. So, alam natin, ito ay equal lang sa f of x times h of x. So, ito, pwede palitan ng mga variable yan, ating function, depende sa function natin. So, f of x is 3x plus 1 times h of x, negative 4x minus 2. After substitution, syempre, kailangan natin i-multiply ngayon. So, 3x times negative 4x, negative 12x squared. 3x times negative 3, negative 9x. 1 times negative 4x, negative 4x. 1 times negative 3, negative. After multiplying, combine like terms. So, ito lang i-square natin. So, just copy negative 12x squared. Negative 9x minus 4x, negative 13x. Then just copy negative. Operation on functions. So this time we have the division. So we are done at addition and subtraction, multiplication, and our last operation is the division. Let's have this example. Given f of x is equal to 5x plus 10, g of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2, and h of x is equal to 5x plus 5. We're going to find f of x over g of x. Letter B, g of x over h of x. Letter C, f of x over h of x. And letter D, h of x over g of x. So let's start with number 1. f of x over g of x. So our first step, substitute the value of the function. So f of x, that is f of x, 5x plus 10. Now g of x, copy, x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay. So we have a numerator and a denominator. So this is a fraction. Let us simplify. To simplify, since this is a polynomial, we can find the factors of our numerator and denominator. For the numerator, let us use the greatest common factor. So the GCF in our numerator is 5. So 5x divided by 5, that will give us x. 10 divided by 5, that will give us 2. Okay, let us check. 5 times x, that is 5x, plus 5 times 2, that is 10. Now, factor out the denominator. X squared plus 3x plus 3. This is a general trinomial in the form x squared plus bx plus c. If you want to recall factoring, you can review our grade 8 lessons. This is lesson 2 and lesson 5. Or if you want, review all the factoring techniques in our grade 8 videos. Factors are x and x. Then factors of 2, that the sum must be 3. So plus 2 and plus 1. 2 times 1, that is 2. 2 plus 1, that is 3. Now, let us simplify. We can cancel x plus 2 in our numerator and x plus 2 in our denominator. So our final answer is 5 over x plus 1. Okay. So f of x over g of x is 5 over x plus 1. Next, g of x over h of x. Substitute the given. X squared plus 3x plus 2 over h of x is 5x plus 5. Again, let us factor out the numerator and the denominator. So for the numerator, we have the factored form in our given in letter A. So just copy x plus 2, x plus 1. Over, common factor is 5. Then we have x plus 1. 5 times x, that is 5x. 5 times 1, that is 5. Now, cancel x plus 1 in the numerator, x plus 1 in the denominator. Now we have x plus 2 over 5. This will be our final answer. If you want to try letter C and letter D, you can pause the video. Then after answering, resume watching. Let's try letter C. f of x, copy. 5x plus 10 over h of x, 5x plus 5. Now, factor out. So the common factor in the numerator is 5, then x plus 2 over denominator 5x plus 1. So we can cancel 5. So our final answer is x plus 2 over x plus 1. Okay. Did you get number? Letter C? Do we have the same answer? And of course, our last letter, h of x over g of x. H of x, the given is 5x plus 5 over g of x is x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now, factor the numerator. The common factor is 5 quantity x plus 1 over denominator x plus 2 x plus 1. Cancel similar terms in the numerator and denominator. So our final answer is 5 over x plus 2. H of x over g of x is 5 over x plus 2. Okay, this is our operations on function. So we have the division. So that's it. And what if, let's say, evaluate, find f of negative 2 in, find f of negative 2 in f of x over g of x. So find negative 2 in f of x over g of x. So find the value of f of x over g of x. Where is it? Okay, this one, f of x over g of x. Then, under our final answer, let us substitute negative 2 to our x. So that will become f of negative 2 is equal to 5 over x is negative 2 plus 1. So this will become 5 over negative 2 plus 1. This is negative 1. 5 divided by negative 1, negative 5. Okay, this is on how to evaluate function.